This video contains accident scene footage which may upset some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. The ATSB's final report into the collision with terrain involving a Piper PA-32 Lance at Shellharbour Airport in New South Wales found that during takeoff the horizontal stabilator moved to a full or near full nose-up deflection and very likely remained in this position for the entire flight. On the morning of the 11th of October 2025, the aircraft was on a private flight from Shellharbour Airport to Bathurst Airport with a pilot and 2 passengers on board. After a ground roll of about 410 metres, the aircraft abruptly pitched up, yawed left and became airborne. The aircraft then climbed away from the runway in a nose-high attitude while skidding and rolling left. It then followed a left turning flight path and reached a maximum recorded altitude of about 50 feet above ground level before it began descending. As the aircraft descended, it appeared to stall, the angle of bank increased and the descent rate increased rapidly. The aircraft collided with terrain and came to rest at the threshold of the intersecting runway. Tragically, the pilot and passengers were fatally injured and the aircraft was destroyed.
Despite our best efforts, we couldn't determine the reason the horizontal stabilator on the tail of the aircraft had moved to a full or a near full nose-up deflection and very likely remained in that position for the entire tragically short flight. Whilst we certainly know what happened, there just wasn't sufficient evidence available to us to make a definitive call on why, and in this case, why or what led to that sustained pitch up of the stabilator.
Photographs of the aircraft while it was airborne captured by a witness near the airport allowed investigators to establish the stabilator was at a full or near full nose-up deflection. Also, the ailerons were partially deflected to the right. Damage to the propeller indicated the engine was driving the propeller at the time of impact. The landing gear was still extended and the flaps were extended at the 10-degree setting. Also, the cabin and baggage doors were secure, the controls were not locked, the trim tab anti-servo tab appeared to be operating correctly, and the autopilot fitted to the aircraft did not act on the horizontal stabilator. The stabilator trim was set to slightly nose up and the rudder trim was neutral. Both positions were in accordance with the pilot operating handbook guidance for takeoff. The pilot's seat rails indicated the seat was locked in an appropriate position. There was no damage to the outboard front passenger's seat rail stop to indicate this seat had slid rearward during the short flight. During the examination of the wreckage, no large or heavy items were identified as being carried on board, and it was estimated the aircraft to be within its weight and balance limitations for the flight. A review of medical records and post-mortem examinations of the pilot and passengers identified no pre-existing conditions that were likely to adversely impact their actions or behaviours. The toxicological examinations did not identify any substances that could have impaired the pilot's performance or adversely impacted the passengers' actions or behaviours. Detected carbon monoxide concentrations were at normal levels. An inspection of the runway used for departure, the recorded imagery, and the wreckage examination found no evidence of an animal strike.
In the event a pilot is confronted with an uncommanded pitch up during takeoff, and it's a scenario we know is not typically included in flight training syllabus, it will be an extremely challenging situation to deal with. If it's not rapidly responded to or it can't be corrected, the potential to enter into stall conditions and subsequently a loss of control is very real.
You can read the final report on the ATSB's website by searching AO-2025-064 from the link in the description below or from the link in our bio.